Hi, my name is Catherine Hash, and today I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and what I've learned through using the Inventory of Practices tool throughout this course about guidance strategies for young children. I found the Inventory of Practices checklist to be extremely useful when assessing the direct and indirect guidance strategies that are currently in place in my in-home childcare practice. I've been taking care of children in my home for the last 11 years and have 2 children of my own as well. For this practice, I looked at 3 specific areas of the teaching pyramid: building positive relationships, creating supportive environments, and teaching social-emotional strategies. I work really hard to develop meaningful relationships with children and their families by showing respect and kindness at all times. I interact positively with children during routines and activities, and I happily share our daily activities with families at pickup time. I use observation to adapt activities and environments to the child's personal level of growth. Children are learning and growing so much all the time. I also examine challenging behavior from all aspects and do my best to reframe the situation so that it can be a learning opportunity for everyone involved. I understand that engaging in challenging behavior is the child's way of communicating something important. I have strategies in place to help me remain detached and calm, yet still supportive when dealing with highly emotional situations between children. Something I want to put energy into is examining other families' cultural beliefs about challenging behavior and the different ways it is dealt with at home. By doing this, I can support the child in a way that he or she is comfortable and familiar with. This can be tricky because sometimes I would personally use different strategies than what the family uses. I want to work harder to accept that there are many different ways to guide children. I also want to work with families to implement as many positive guidance strategies as possible, while being careful to always remain supportive and free of judgment. In-home childcare provides me with the freedom to be able to adapt our schedule and activities on a day-to-day basis. I try to include both large and small group activities, making sure to monitor the children's behavior for when they lose interest. I make sure to give children advance notice when we are about to transition to a new activity. In the morning, we talk about our schedule for the day. I always encourage empathy and open communication so children can learn how to work as part of a team, and I provide positive feedback whenever possible and strive to always stay calm and kind when teaching a child a new skill. I would like to create more clearly defined learning centers and adopt the use of weekly themes. I will work on thinking about desired learning outcomes and work backwards from there to plan appropriate activities. I will implement clearer routines as the children I watch become old enough to understand how to follow a schedule. I feel like I am very clear when giving directions and I frame them in a positive way. For instance, I would say, please remember to use kind words instead of don't be mean. I work on enforcing rules and I am working on enforcing rules and consequences more consistently, especially with my own children who are in elementary and middle school. My in-home childcare practice is mostly with toddlers and preschool-age children, so I do have some rules, but they are mostly for safety. These kids are not old enough to enforce consequences for breaking rules, so I generally just redirect them to a more positive situation. Social emotional learning is what really drives my passion to work with children. I think it's crucial to provide children with an emotional vocabulary so they can learn from an early age how to control their emotions instead of letting their emotions control them. I understand that children are at different developmental levels due to the socialization within their family and community circles. I know that children learn in many different ways, so it's important to have a variety of guidance strategies to pull from. I do my best to actively listen to children and always respond to their ideas and efforts. I give children the opportunity to make their own choices as long as they are safe and do not cause problems for other people. I give children strategies for working through problems themselves so they can develop self-awareness and impulse control. I would like to become more comfortable with using the planned approach to social-emotional learning. I'm used to explaining social-emotional practices as they arise, but perhaps planning specific activities designed to help children overcome frustrating situations would be a more well-rounded approach. There are countless opportunities every day to practice social-emotional skills, and I want to take every opportunity to help children know how to act in social-emotional situations. With younger children, learning how to share is a priority, and it takes practice. Older children have to learn how to navigate friendships and bullying, so understanding emotions is absolutely essential. My greatest aha moment in using this tool was finally understanding just how much children look to teachers to provide them with strategies for social-emotional growth. Children don't even realize how much they are learning at every second of the day, but teachers do, and we have the power to turn frustrating situations into valuable learning opportunities. What I found to be the most helpful about using this inventory of practices tool was acknowledging the areas where I need to improve and creating specific action plans to achieve those goals. Thank you for listening.